Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. That's entrepreneurship on the air all the time. And our next guest, a returning guest, we're glad we were able to get him back. Dustin from J.E.D. Insurance and Financial Service Agency. Today we're going to talk about end-of-year planning, predictive modeling, and cyber liability, correct?
That's correct, Jeff. It's a pleasure to be back and
Thank
to
you.
see you again.
Great. And I like those three topics.
Yes, they're relevant and pertinent, especially now that we're pulling through the winter, and hopefully it won't end up like last year.
Well, again, last winter was a weird winter, but this year the market's is a little bit shakier than it was a year ago.
Yeah, the stock market's down, and certainly the insurance market's a little tighter relative to personal lines, which is the first time in many years we've seen it. It's really the result, Jeff, of a number of factors in that the company's reinsurance costs probably have risen due to the number of claims. And for the first time in many years, homeowners are getting non-renewed after filing perhaps one large loss, which is sort of new to the industry and to the consumer, but it's all based on the modeling that the companies have developed. So if the client is in a jam and can't get a good result, they really should look around, because there's many companies that after one claim now are canceling coverage.
One claim, cancel coverage.
Well, that's the difficulty. A lot of times people are reluctant to file a claim because they've heard war stories of their neighbor, having said, I had a $100,000 claim and I got canceled, and the neighbor doesn't tell him that he had two $500 losses as well. This time it's actually the one claim that goes into the predictive modeling underwriting format, and it gets them canceled. So we've been able to guide and help some folks out of that. It's really a maze.
It's difficult. I know. Car insurance, property and casualty. It's, I was just in Florida last week, saw some flooding. I know no one likes to insure those places. It's tough, but the fact that they're bumping people off easier than before, how can you prepare for that? Do you look at the insurance companies and their track record?
Well, Jeff, yes, there are companies that are financially strong, but the predictive modeling adds a new element to the whole underwriting factor. And the fact of the matter is, if you have a legitimate claim, it's always been my advice to file the claim. I don't think you can sit back and protect your renewal just based on the fact that you might get canceled if you've had a legitimate loss. Now, one of the most important things I tell folks is, if you're having a loss at the time of the occurrence, protect your home from further damage. The policy warrants that. If you don't protect it, you're going to end up with mold and other possible issues.
Mold, I know, is a big issue, because once you get mold, you have major damage.
And the policies limit the amount of mold coverage within the policy to a very nominal amount. So the best guidance you can give folks is, if the loss starts to occur, the ice dam's occurring, get the roof cleared and protect the home from further damage.
After last year, I bought a roof shovel, but I haven't had to use it this year.
And the roof shovels and rakes are great, but I would say that if you're going to get someone, get a competent roofer that's got insurance coverage, get a certificate before you allow them on the roof, so that you don't end up with another issue.
I remember there were times last year that we'd hire someone to go up on my roof, they'd clear my roof, and within a day, my roof was covered again.
And it's a challenge. It definitely was a challenging time, and a lot of folks had the mindset that, I got insurance, I don't really want to prepay to get my roof cleared. But certainly preventive medicine is the best advice. And actually, if you've ever had a loss like during this time period, it was difficult to even get a contractor in.
So if somebody wanted to review their P&C policies, their WISP policy, their and their cybersecurity, how would they find you at J.E.D?
So we try to make ourselves accessible through our website at www.jedinsurance.com. They certainly can call us. We don't have a phone system. We have live bodies. That's 508-543-1067. They can email me at john.dustin@jedinsurance.com. Certainly they can reach us in a number of different ways.